What's going on, guys? Plastic Beach X3 back here with another One Piece sim video, and this time we're going to be doing another ranked ladder video, but this time utilizing the Pluffy strategy, the purple Luffy deck. So I've been kind of just wanting to switch it up on the channel a little bit and play some other ranked content, but I haven't really found a deck that I liked playing on the ranked, or like felt comfortable enough playing on ranked. And that was until someone top forward Mexico City with Pluffy, the Mexico City regional, and this is their list. Let me see if I can find the player's name real quick. It was Joaquin Howe. So Joaquin Howe got top 4 at Mexico City with this deck. So I just thought I would start trying it on the sim, see how it did, and it was kind of crazy, honestly. I went 5-0 just in the first 5 games, and as you can see over here, I'm Yonko ranked, number 122 on the sim. So it's not like I'm playing the low ladder or anything like that. I'm playing against like some pretty decent players in all meta strategies. So it was interesting. The one-up kid, I've never drawn that card yet, so I don't really know how that card is yet. But otherwise, like, the deck is just, it's built to do one thing, and that's like to curve into the Kaido, spam bodies, remove stuff. Like, Polly's crazy into Law, Magellan's crazy into Lucci, and then like you can always get people with the Law combo going first and stuff. So if they take their first life, just like old OPO5 Luffy, it's literally just an OPO5 Luffy list with what's even added, the Sanji 2K, and that's it. So yeah, that's literally it. You'd think they'd be playing Bonclay in place of this Scratchman, but I guess like the 6K is just super important, I guess. I don't really know. This is literally their list card for card, so I didn't change anything. I haven't made any sort of my own changes yet or anything like that, or if I ever will, I don't know, because I'm not like an expert on this deck. But either way, let's get into the games. Let's do Gecko game. Oh, jeez, try to go to 2 times speed. So they're going to choose to go first, so I'm going second, so I'm going to be able to hit 5 Dawn first with my leader effect. And I keep this hand because it has a Magellan in it. But they're going to hit the Perona on turn 1, or on turn 2. I'm just going to swing 5. They're going to counter to play around the Law, and I'm just going to play the Magellan, stun him, keep him off Gecko for as long as possible. That's why really Magellan is so crazy. Not only can he not be KO'd because they can't afford to KO him on curve because they have to get to Gecko, like this deck and Lucci, it also just keeps him off Gecko in the first place 1 turn longer. They're going to go hog back, add a Gecko from trash. I'm going to swing 5 into the Perona just to try and relieve a little bit of pressure. I'm not sure if this is like right or whatever. I'm still learning the deck also, so I'm going to go 6 into the Perona and then just play Polly. And I definitely should have just went 5-7 into it if I wanted to kill it. So that's a big mistake on my part. So they're going to go 5-6, play Sabo, I guess. See, like the Magellan just totally cripples, I feel like, what they were going to do this turn. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Like, they probably could have went like leader 4 drop or something. We're going to actually sheephorn this Sabo because we can't really do anything. Like, we could definitely summon Kaido, but we're not going to be able to KO anything because of the Sabo ability. So I decided just to sheephorn, swing into the Sabo, and then swing into the Perona. Just see if they'll give it to me. And this way I can still play the Sanji for 6 as like a blocker. They're just going to go 5. We'll just obviously block that, and they're going to hit because they have to tap out for the 8. You're going to go Gecko into Hogback draw Perona, and brand new draw Hina. And then we're just going to Kaido, kill the Hogback, swing 6. Just see what they give us here. They'll give us a 2K, we'll go 6. They'll take it, we'll go 6. right now thinking about keeping up the blocker, but they do double 1k the 6 swing, telling me they have 0 2ks in hand. So I think about it for a while, and like technically if I tap the blocker, they have game on board. I mean, like, you know, they have 3 swings to my 2 life. But I do have at least, as assuming I take the next this life off of a swing, I'll have what, 11k counter, so I can get out of a 10k. I can get out of a pretty high swing. No, I won't have 11k. I'll be able to get to 11k. But yeah, they just double 1k again on the 6 swing with the Sanji, so was not expecting that. So I just take the 10 swing, put him to 2, pass turn. Yeah, I wasn't expecting them to drop 4 cards on 2 6 swings, but you know, they don't have any 2Ks, they gotta stay alive, so because they just pretty much have to play the long Gecko game if they have any chance of beating me here. Like they have to live at least one more turn. So they might as well counter out, I guess. They're gonna go 7, I'll take it. They'll go 9, and I will counter out of this. Gonna get rid of the Kaido because I won't be able to play it. Even if I use my leader ability, I'll be going to 7 this turn, so I'm just gonna start swinging 7s. They'll 2-1, 7, take it. We'll swing the 10 here, see if they'll block. They don't, they'll just take it. Then I really think hard about what to swing here, and it's just 8-9. Well, I was thinking about whether because if they have 2 2Ks, they win, but because I could also play the Queen, and I was just thinking if I kept up Sanji Queen, you know, 2 blockers, 1 life to their 3 big swings, but also they just have brand new Helmeppo, so that would probably just get them there. So I decided I just have to go for game, and you know, good indicator that they didn't have it there also was that they double 1K'd so many times, so you knew that they were just off the 2Ks. So it was a pretty safe swing in retrospect, but it was just nerve-wracking in the moment. We're going to go to a Lucci game here. Okay. We're going to choose first. I feel like you just choose first in every matchup. I honestly don't know. I'm still, like I said, practicing with the deck. We're going to go 5 into life. They'll take it. We'll use our ability, and since they take it, we can play the law. If they didn't take it, obviously we just play the page 1. And we'll discard 2 cards out of their hand. They're going to go 5. We'll discard a card as to stay high on life. And they're going to Khalifa. Magellan is like crazy in the matchup, so it sucks that we don't have one here. But it's whatever. We're going to use our leader ability. Draw a card, gain a Dawn, swing 5 with the law because, you know, the blockers in this matchup, you might as well swing them because they could just get KO'd so easily. And we're just going to play a Queen, discard the Sheep Horns, not really relevant right now. A ton of 2Ks in hand. They're going to go 6 into the law, and we're just going to 2K out of that to, you know, protect board against the black deck, you know, board against swings. And they're just going to play a Sabo, pass turn. And we're just going to swing 6s. Just put a lot of pressure on them. That's what the deck does. And then we can still play ulti page 1. They actually take the full block with the Sabo there, which was interesting. They must not also have any 2Ks in hand, which is, you know, not unheard of. They played one, of course. And then also the deck just doesn't run a lot of 2Ks anymore. Like 10 maybe, you know? Maybe. Most are 9, I think. They're going to go 5 into the law, and I'm just going to save it. Once again, you want to save your characters from the swings if you can, if it's reasonable, because it can just kill other characters with effects. Finally hit the Magellan, but it's kind of irrelevant right now. So I'm just going to use my leader ability, see what we draw, and then I'm definitely just going to Kaido, so I want to see if they're going to take any blocks here with my 5, 5, 6, and they do take the 6 block. So now I can just free kill this Lucci and feel like pretty good about it. I could have put them to 0, but there's honestly just no need. If I killed the Rebecca, there's no need to risk it and let them keep the Lucci, I feel like. But I could be wrong. I could just be putting a Lucci in the trash. I mean, obviously they have 4 of them, so in the deck. They're going to go 7 into the Law. I'm actually going to guard out of this once again, thinking that they're going to be able to kill my Kaido. Because they already minused it 4. So I thought for sure that they were going to be able to kill it with something with like Lobby into, you know, Kaku, whatever it is. So I really wanted to save this. And they just don't. They just don't have it. Yeah, they could have Geckoed, I feel like. Oh no, maybe they just drew the Gecko off the Sabo draws, actually. But yeah. Why Luffy is just so good is because like Magellan is crazy, first of all, and then like into Lucci specifically. And it just rushes them down so fast. You know, the deck that notoriously doesn't have any counter in hand and that you're supposed to rush down. Let's go into a Rebecca game, actually. So playing against Rebecca on the ranked sim. They're going to start with the Rebecca. So they're on like a version that's like really Dressrosa heavy. Fair enough. They're on the Sully man. We're going to swing 5. They will counter out, of course, and we're just going to play the page 1 instead of the Law. They're going to play Kairos and use leader ability pass. Now they're sitting at 7 cards, so we can hit them with the Law if we wanted to. We could also just poly, get to 8. We'll just swing 6, see what they're going to do. They 2k out of it, and now we can swing 7 and then Law them. And if, yeah, probably just Law them regardless, even if they discard it. So they're going to pudding us. Annoying. But they can't swing with their leader. So that's really nice. So we'll just counter out of that page 1 swing. And like the whole goal, I feel like in this matchup is that you want to just spam the board as much as possible. Because like, yeah, the deck can like sometimes remove a card, like 2 cards maybe. Usually just 1 card a turn with like their effects, and then like they just have to rely on their characters to swing, and since their leader can't swing, you might as well just try and keep your board as high as possible against them to rush them down, at least for the Luffy deck. Now if I'm playing Bonnie or something, obviously I'm going to be doing something totally different than that. We're going to rest the Orlumbus with the Sheep's Horn just to get it off the field. It's a super annoying card with Kairos on the field. And then we're just going to go super hard at life to try and put them on a timer here. And that's just like a recurring thing in the Luffy deck, is that you're just constantly pushing life so hard. They're going to go Rebecca Sabo combo. We're going to top deck a 2k. It's going to do absolutely nothing for us. We'll go 7, we'll 2-1. And then probably just go 7 again. Some low Dawn investment swings. They only have 3 cards in hand, so they'll take the block with Rebecca. Now we can go 9-9. And I think I totally blundered this turn, by the way. What I should have done is just 9-9, of course, to get the Sabo off the field, like guarantee the Sabo dies. And that way I'm only looking at 3 swings to my like triple 2Ks in hand, and there's just no way I lose in that spot. But instead I go 7 for some reason, thinking that I was going to be able to play the Higaraki and it would like do something for me, and it's just it was just a bad idea. So pretty bad on my part. So now they get to keep up double blocker. They're going to go Gecko, Rebecca into a Scarlet Houndblaze. Crazy. And then I just top decked the Poly, so I got super lucky in this game. Like if I just do the 9-9, I feel like I win no matter what with my 2 swings this turn. Assuming the Sabo's off the field. But instead I now have to play another turn because I luckily top decked the Poly and could do something. But yeah. So just sloppy gameplay by me, but once again, don't want to be too hard on myself because I am still, like I said, my first 5 games with the deck. Just something to learn from. Now we're going to play against an RP Law. We have the Polys and the Kaido, so I feel like this is a crazy hand. And we're going first, so that's really nice that we have a 4-drop to play. I'm not sure how good Magellan is in the matchup. Probably not that good. We're just going to play the page 1. They're going to go Bond Clay into a Shachi Penguin. We're going to go 6 at life. They'll take it. And when we're going to use leader ability, Poly, kill the Bonclay, go 6 at life again. Pass turn. So now we're going to be able to Kaido next turn, kill this kid. And they do have a Gordon for the Poly, which is really annoying, but fair. And then they have another Gordon for the page 1, so that's really annoying. And now we can kill the Kaido, swing 6-10. They'll take the 6, they must not have any counter in hand. And then they'll take the 10. And they have a third reducer, a 4th reducer, a 5th reducer on the Kaido. Hilarious. And then they're going to bottom deck into a Pot of Greed. Hilarious. We're going to have to counter out of this 5. We'll take the second 5 and then counter out of the third 5 with a 2K. Try and keep the blocker in hand, and then they're going to have a blocker on top of all the craziness they just fucking saw. So that's super crazy. Like, imagine just having 5 reducers, Pot of Greed blocker. Like the best blocker as well. Shiraya. And then they're going to miss all Sunday, draw a card. And would you know it, it's another fucking reducer. They're going to bottom deck and have another blocker. Like, what the hell? Luckily, we take this life and we hit a Sheep's Horn. And then we top deck a Poly. So this card in hand just cannot be a 2K counter because we got super lucky off our life. But honestly, it wasn't. And, you know, get fucked. Like, no offense to La Spider. It was just you drew so unbelievably well. And I got really lucky off of the Sheep's Horn Poly combo. That is hilarious. But to be fair, you had like 6 reducers, double blocker, Pot of Greed. Like, come on. And it's not like they like played it wrong or anything. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like that is insane. That is insane. Like, that's insane. And then like the last game for this video, it's gonna start in the middle of the game because I forgot to hit record. But I guess we'll just pick up from this spot where my opponent has 3 Spandam on the field. And I have 3 Magellan in rotation. You can kind of see where this game is going to be going, I feel like. So we're just going to play the Magellan. They're going to swing 6 into our rested page 1. We'll just let that go because we only have the 2K counter in hand. And like, it's whatever. If they kill page 1, all we really care is that they don't kill the Magellan by battle. So we're already keeping them off Gecko for, I think, a turn already. We're going to go 6, 7. We're just going to play the other Magellan. 7. Just pressuring life super hard. Play the Magellan. They hit it in his lobby, but it's irrelevant. Because Magellan. And they still can't play the other Gecko. Opponent is going to swing 6 at life. We'll 2K counter that. And yeah, we're just going to wrap it up next turn. There's not much they can do here. Like, they can have another Sabo or just, you know, Rebecca, whatever. Funny enough, we have the Poly, so the Rebecca just doesn't do anything. But even if we didn't have the Poly, like, triple Magellan. And he has to kill one of them just to not die next turn. And making his Gecko essentially dead for the rest of the game. So we're just going to Poly, get a Dawn back, be able to swing 6, 7, 7 here. And they're going to have to block out of everything. Meaning they just simply cannot go for game anymore. They're going to try, they're going to go 5. And yeah, that's it. And you can see they had 3 8 drops in hand at the end of there. And the fact that our Magellan just kept them off 8 drops the entire game. So, the power of Magellan into Lucci. Let's get into the list one more time. So yeah, pretty sick deck. I think I might just, you know, keep trying it at least. It's interesting. It has like what seems to be a decent matchup into Lucci. Seems to be a decent matchup into Law if you can like hit the curve. So yeah, I'm kind of digging it, to be honest. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Not a Pluffy gamer yet, but I'm interested. So if you have any tips or tricks or anything, yeah, just let me know. And GG's to all those guys. Make sure to subscribe to Plastic Beach X3 for more One Piece videos, and peace out.